out of the officer's commands to put out of the residence armed and refused officers' commands to put down his gun and surrender, resulting in an officer discharging his service weapon before the individual returned to the apartment. The barricade situation continued until just after 11 a.m. when the Memphis SWAT team made entry into the home without incident and discovered the man with a gunshot wound. He was pronounced deceased at the scene. He has been identified as Eugene McNeil, date of birth 12/8/87. No officers were injured in this incident. TBI agents are continue to work to independently determine the series of events leading to the shooting, including collecting evidence and conducting interviews. Throughout the process, investigative findings will be shared with the District Attorney General for his review and consideration. The TBI acts solely as fact finders in its cases and does not determine whether the action of an officer were justified in these types of matters. That decision rests with the District Attorney General requesting TBI's involvement. The TBI does not identify the officers involved in these types of incidents and instead refers questions of that nature to their respective department to answer as it sees fit. And any available updates will be posted to our newsroom blog, tbinewsroom.com.
Can you spell his name?
I'll be glad to. Yes, his name is Eugene, E-U-G-E-N-E, McNeil, M-C, capital N-E-A-L, date of birth 12/8/87.
How old? So he was about 36?
Yes.
Now, you said in the beginning a possible officer involving. Where is there a question in this?
The incident, how it unfolded, the individual was at distance from the officer. The officer discharged his weapon, then he went back into the home. We're unsure of what may have occurred, if that officer, when he discharged, actually hit the individual, or if something else might have happened when he was inside of the home.
Did you hear any other gunshots when you ran back inside of the apartment?
There were reports of gunfire coming from the apartment throughout that barricade situation.
What about after the officer discharged his firearm?
Right.
Why they're thinking that maybe he could have shot
There were sounds of gunfire after that, yes.
What started the entire situation? We heard that there was possibly another man inside of the apartment at the beginning of the morning that was found. Is that true?
The only information that I have is officers were initially dispatched to a domestic situation, and that's why they initially came to this apartment.
Was anybody else home besides a woman, possibly kids too?
I'm told that this was a barricade situation. At no time was I told it was a hostage situation, so we will assume, based on that wording, that anyone else inside of the home, if there was anyone, had left before this happened.
How many times was he shot?
That's information that would be part of our investigation.
Where on his body?
Again, that's a detail that we would not be able to release.
Where are the mom and kids? Are they at the hospital? Are they with your agency for questioning?
I can't speak to that. I don't have that
What's the
information.
man that is now deceased? Did he live here at this home?
I'm not sure if he lived here, but I know he was initially involved in that domestic call.
And how, you say domestic as well, were they dating? Were they married? Or was he the children's father?
That's information that I don't have, but I do know under the guise of the law, it was considered a domestic situation.
Have there been any calls here in the past?
That's something Memphis PD may be able to help you with, but nothing that I would be privy to. I don't.
Looks like the agents were bringing twine up to the balcony. Are they trying to determine the trajectory of the officer's bullets? Are they comparing that to the wound to see if it was from the officers? Or?
At this point of the investigation, they are looking at any and all information that they can gather. So if that is a possibility, that would be information that would be trying to gather.
And we saw a Memphis fire truck pull in moments ago. Does that have anything to do with this?
I'm not sure. Any other questions?
The last name.
Sure.
M-C-N-E-I-L or
E-A-L. M-C-N-E-A-L.
Do you know the ages of the children?
I don't have any information about any other individuals that could have been involved prior to our involvement. Anything else? If you think of any questions, make sure to send us an email, tbi.media@tbi.tn.gov. Our email recently changed. That TBI on the end is new. So thank you guys. Let me know if you need anything else.
Thank you.